The total number of unauthorized immigrants in the United States labor force is 8 million. They make up 5.2% of the labor force. Ethics commonly has to do with the beliefs between what is right and wrong. Ethical awareness is also one of Kendall's core values and a huge part of business. Many businesses, especially in the hospitality industry, have been hiring undocumented workers in order to cut labor costs. They know what they're doing is wrong, however, they do it anyway. The consequences are severe, though, and they are not to be taken lightly. The Pew Hispanic Center has done a recent study and determined that it is estimated over 20% of cooks and dishwashers in restaurants are, in fact, undocumented workers. And over 180 business owners, employers, and managers last year alone were charged with hiring undocumented workers. Upon graduating and receiving our degree, we all want to start working in the hospitality industry. And it's just really important to always be ethically aware and to do what is right. We all know what is right and wrong, and we all need to do what is right, no matter how much labor costs need to be cut by. Perhaps one of the largest industries that immigrants find employment is, in fact, the hospitality industry, and that's because we have so many jobs in like housekeeping and the upkeeping of grounds, dishwashers, cooks, and those types of jobs don't really seem attractive to like any other regular United States citizen, so we don't really seek out employment in those fields, and I think that's why undocumented workers really flock to those positions. And many hotels and resorts and restaurants will hire them just because it's a good way to keep labor costs low while keeping operations running smoothly. And as I mentioned before, although there's laws against hiring illegal immigrants, many employers disregard the laws. The Immigration Control and Enforcement Agency is trying to combat the hiring of illegal immigrants, and they're doing audits, fines, and debarment. It's easy for businesses to make sure that they don't hire an undocumented worker by using systems such as E-Verify, which is an internet-based system just used to verify that the worker that they're hiring is a U.S. citizen. It's becoming more of a trend now for restaurants to be scrutinized for the hiring of the illegal immigrants. Whenever an illegal immigrant is found working, they are deported back to their country. But not only that, the employer has many fines and audits, as well as possible closure to face as well. Just in recent news, I think last year, Chipotle and another chain restaurant called Pee-wee were caught with illegal employees, and they were forced to close the doors temporarily. They also had to pay fines, thousands in fines, and they were also subject to inspections whenever they reopen. Restaurants aren't the only businesses under the radar. Hotels are also under the radar, and just last year alone, 2 Clarion hotels in Kansas were charged with the hiring of illegal immigrants. And once it was suspected, more investigations took place, and it was found that almost all of the employees at those hotels were undocumented workers. And the owners, of course, hired them because it was an easy way for them to keep labor costs low and pay them under the table. As I said before, it's essential to maintain ethical awareness in the business world and in the personal world. We all know the difference between right and wrong, and the hiring of undocumented immigrants is wrong. Sure, it's easy to keep labor costs low by doing so, but consequences will include fines, inspections, and possibly closure. Ethical awareness is one of Kendall's core values. We all know what is right and wrong, and we all have the ability to follow our ethical belief. However, it's up to you to choose to do so.